And Jesus passing by saw a man blind from his nativity, and his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who has sinned, this man or his parents, that he should be born blind? Jesus answered, Neither has this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God may be manifested in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night comes when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had said these things, he spit on the ground, and made clay of the spittle, and spread the clay upon his eyes, and said to him, Go wash in the pool of Siloam, which is interpreted, sent. He went therefore, and washed, and he came seeing. Therefore the neighbors, and they which had seen him before, that he was a beggar, said, Is not this he that sat and begged? Others said, That this is he. But others, No, not so, but he is like him. But he said, That I am he. They said therefore to him, How were thine eyes opened? He answered, That man that is called Jesus made clay and anointed mine eyes, and said to me, Go to the people of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed and saw. And they said to him, Where is he? He saith, I know not. They bring him that had been blind to the Pharisees. And it was the Sabbath when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. Again therefore the Pharisees asked him how he saw. But he said to them, He put clay upon mine eyes, and I washed, and I see. Certain therefore of the Pharisees said, This man is not of God, that keeps not the Sabbath. But others said, How can a man that is a sinner do these signs? And there was a schism among them. They say therefore to the blind again, Thou, what sayest thou of him that opened thine eyes? And he said, That he is a prophet. The Jews therefore did not believe of him, that he had been blind and saw, until they called the parents of him that saw, and asked them, saying, Is this your son, whom you say that he was born blind? How then does he now see? His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But how he now sees, we know not, or who has opened his eyes, we know not. Ask himself. He is of age, let himself speak of himself. These things his parents said, because they feared the Jews. For the Jews had now conspired, that if any man should confess him to be Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. Therefore did his parents say, That he is of age, ask himself. They therefore again called the man that had been blind, and said to him, Give glory to God. We know that this man is a sinner. He therefore said to them, Whether he be a sinner, I know not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. They said therefore to him, What did he to thee? How did he open thine eyes? He answered them, I have now told you, and you have heard. Why will you hear it again? Will you also become his disciples? They reviled him therefore, and said, Be thou his disciple, but we are the disciples of Moses. We know that to Moses God did speak, but this man we know not whence he is. The man answered and said to them, For in this it is marvelous that you know not whence he is, and he has opened mine eyes. And we know that sinners God does not hear. But if a man be a server of God, and do the will of him, him he hears. From the beginning of the world it has not been heard that any man has opened the eyes of one born blind. Unless this man were of God, he could not do anything. They answered and said to him, Thou wast wholly born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him forth. Jesus heard that they cast him forth, and when he had found him, he said to him, Dost thou believe in the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I may believe in him? And Jesus said to him, Both thou hast seen him, and he that talks with thee, he it is. But he said, I believe, Lord. And falling down, he adored him. And Jesus said to him, For judgment came I into this world, that they that see may become blind. And certain of the Pharisees that were with him heard, and they said to him, Why are we also blind? Jesus said to them, If you were blind, you should not have sin, but now you say that we see. Your sin remains.